Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Now this is the last sale preview of 2018. This is actually the last auction of the year, and today has been the last viewing day of the year. So it's a bit of a weird time. We're heading into the holiday now, which is great. Everybody's going to get 2 weeks off, which will be greatly welcomed. But it's also strange because if all goes well, this will be the last weekend sale, the last Sunday sale that we're ever going to do. As you know, I've mentioned in a few other videos that in 2019 we're going to trial for the first 6 months auctions all on a Monday. And if that works, that'll be the way that we run things from then on. And this will give everybody who works here 52 weekends off a year, which will be great. So anyway, let's head into the sale room and I'm going to show you 2 items. The first one is the wish list item, and it's this. Okay, so this first lot is the wish list item, and if you're new to the channel, I'll explain this feature. Basically, we put the whole sale online on the internet before we have the auction. Now, whichever item gets the most interest online, I'll feature it on the channel and talk about it, and we'll give it an estimate. And in the following episode, in the sale review, we'll see how we did with the estimate. Now, what's fun about this feature is it pushes me to look at antiques or areas of collectibles that maybe I'm not really interested in. So it forces me to do research, which is good for me. And it also pushes us into some quirky areas of antiques. Also highlights a few sleepers, like a few episodes back we had the Beatles poster and the miner's lamp. Things that I probably wouldn't have looked at, but made interesting viewing, I hope you think. And this sale is no different. It's pushed us to look at these 4 Nintendo Game Boys. And that's an unusual thing to look at, right? And please don't switch off if you've come here to look at antiques and collectibles, and this is certainly not really in that category, but we will see how it's relevant, really. I mean, these things came out in 1989. That's within my lifetime, and it really only does seem like yesterday. We did actually have a Game Boy in our household, and I probably wasted quite a few hours playing on it. And they're all finished by about the year 2000, so these things are clearly no longer made. I think what's interesting there is that people that are now out there buying items, buying antiques, buying collectibles, spending their money on things in auction, they're the people that were, sort of my age when these things came out, when they were youngsters. So it's almost like the model railways, model trains from the 50s and 60s, people in the 90s and early 2000s, they were buying that kind of thing because it represented a certain nostalgia. And even further back, I mean, we sell Georgian toys and Victorian toys. I wonder what would happen if you introduced a Georgian child to a Game Boy. It'd probably freak him right out. The point I'm trying to make really is, when does something that's secondhand step into retro, step into vintage and become sort of nostalgic? I mean, when I first started working here, 2001, as we've discussed, 1 year after the Game Boy was no longer made, if somebody brought a box of these in, we'd say, no way, we can't sell that kind of thing. But now, 20 years later, they're becoming a viable thing to sell. And obviously, a lot of people are looking at these. With over only a couple of days online, there's 13 people watching, ready to bid on these. In this lot, we've got these 3 original Game Boys, this Game Boy Color, 11 games and other accessories, including this carry case. I've never seen one of those, the original carry case. I mean, what were Nintendo thinking? I think I know what they were thinking. If kids walk around with this carry case, they'll get beat up, the Game Boys will get nicked, and then the mums and dads will have to buy them a new one. So we've got a catalogue of 60 to 100 pounds. The online auto bids are already up to 40, so we've got a little starter. It's going to be online all day Saturday, and then Sunday morning we'll see. It'll certainly be a first for the Nintendo Game Boy, so I'm really excited for Sunday to see where they land. What's also pretty comforting to think about for our industry really is that, sometimes people say, oh, what's going to happen when you sell all the antiques when they're all gone? But that's never going to happen, because as time moves on, things are becoming retro into vintage, things are becoming antique. So when I first started, if you follow the formula literally, antiques were 1901, they're now 1918, so we're constantly moving through, and as we've said, things are becoming viable. So there's always going to be something to sell, and there's always going to be something to collect. And yet another reason that makes this world of antiques and collectibles so interesting. And my pick for this week is this Art Deco figural table lamp. And it's in the form of a semi-naked lady, so very popular subject for a lot. And it's a form that's been copied time and time again. You can get modern reproductions in composite of this type of lamp. But this one is true period. It's circa 1930, from that Art Deco jazz age. And it's sculpted so well. I think it's probably Austrian. It's not signed anywhere, but I mean, it's good as the work of Josef Lorenzl, but can't be sure. I couldn't find another model exactly the same. But Deco design is so popular. I mean, it's timeless, and it fits in. It can blend with other styles and can fit into almost any sort of setting. So it's no surprise to me there's been lots of viewers, lots of interest in the lamp. Now, there are a few problems with it. I mean, let's start with the material. It's just a spelter lamp. It's not a bronze one. The bronze ones will naturally outsell the lower grade metal of spelter. But the shade, that's non-original. It's an old one, but it's not original to the lamp, and I don't think it's doing it any favours. What it really needs is a nice Deco globe-shaped cloud glass shade. That energy-saving bulb as well, that's sort of killing the whole vibe of the lamp. There is a little bit of damage as well. There's some fingers missing, and there's a repair to the thumb which has been done very poorly. So a few things need sorting out, but overall there, it's a nice lamp. We've got £60 to £100 on it, and that's in view of it being a spelter lamp and a few issues with it. But 60 to 100 I think will be very easy. I won't be surprised to see it go into three figures. Oh, sorry. Well, thanks for watching again. Hope you enjoyed the two items, and do join me next Saturday. Next Saturday will be the sale review, so we'll see what those two items made, see how we got it on the estimates. Now that's going to be the day after our staff Christmas do, so it might be a little bit worse for wear. The video might be quite late on the Saturday, and I apologise for the state I'm going to be in, but you've got to celebrate at Christmas. So anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe by clicking the link below. Let's try and get up to 200, that's the aim, 200 subscribers by the end of the year. And I'll see you next week, so have a really great week. See you then.